Happy Senior Day, Falcon faithful. And Simba said it best. Can you feel the love tonight? More on that later, because first, UTPB has some business to take care of. And they were taking on the reigning national champs and number 16 ranked Texas A&M Commerce. After falling behind 3-0, the Falcons rumbled and stumbled their way to a couple of touchdowns and a field goal to give them a 4-point lead at the half. In the second half, they just couldn't get it going on offense, and early in the fourth, the Lions scored a touchdown and ended the great underdog effort by the Falcons. We got one more game left in this season, but first, let's talk about this one. I'm Marshall Kramsky, and you are watching Falcon Focus.
From the home of Falcon football, CBS 7 presents Falcon Focus with Jake Dayton and Marshall Kramsky.
What's up, Falcon faithful, and welcome to Falcon Focus. I'm Marshall Kramsky. No Jake today, so I apologize in advance because y'all are stuck with me.
I would be stuck with you any day of the week, Marshall
That means
Kramsky.
everything.
I'm Tam Gwynn, and as always, we are joined with UTPB head football coach Justin Kerrigan. Falcons are coming off their 10th game of the season, and let's get right to work.
I love the sound of that. All right, so before we get into the nitty-gritty, Coach, you said it earlier in the week during the press conference. You guys really had nothing to lose going into this one, coming against the reigning national champs. You were the only ones in the locker room, were the ones who thought they could win this. Are you proud of the guys after how well of a game they put up?
Absolutely, and it was watching our defensive guys, the effort they put into it, the emotion that was left on the field was tough. And talking to them after the game was a tough moment for me as a head coach. And there's just not a lot of words that you can say in that moment to help them feel better, and the effort that they put forth for us to be in that game and to be so close against the reigning national champs. And again, a game that nobody gave us any credit to go win, and our guys played, especially defensively and special teams. Our guys played, left everything on the field, and our offensive guys did as well. The guys fought hard. We just came up short.
Let's talk about the offense. What did you notice that was working for y'all in the first half? Y'all went into halftime winning. What was working so well?
Very little, and it was pretty much the same play, ran different variations of it. And we were able to connect on a few. Got a big play there by Christian Brown, you saw in the intro, that got us down there to score again, or score the first touchdown. And that one play was really about the only thing that we could consistently do through the night.
You took advantage of it.
We tried. They adjusted well a couple times in the second half. It bit us a little bit. We got nothing on it. Other than that, our guys fought hard. We were outmatched, and unfortunately, we had a chance to win that game, and we didn't. We came up short, and that's a tough one for our guys, and it was an emotional one for them.
And like you said, definitely some offensive struggles in this one. And looking at, the stat sheet, Taylor was sacked, I believe it was 9 times. And if you take out those yards he lost on the sack, you had a net of 0 rushing yards, I'm pretty sure. What was it? Was it the offensive line? Was their pass/run defense just that strong? What kind of went into the struggles in the backfield?
A lot of it is their defensive front. It's an unbelievable group of guys for them. There's a reason why they're defending national champs. For one, you got to be able to stop the run. Doesn't matter which level of football you're at. They're one of the best in the conference at doing that. We knew going into the game, running the ball was going to be tough. They're going to always plus the box one guy. In other words, there's always going to be one extra defender that we can't block. And they're going to leave the perimeter on an island. And we knew that was going to be the case. We had to win on the island. And at times we did, but we also got to be able to protect one extra guy, and that's tough. And to be able to consistently do that throughout a game is a difficult task for a young, growing team.
So then hypothetically, I'm sorry, if you're a quarterback in that situation, since there is one more guy in the box, that means there should be one weapon open at all times. So as a quarterback with that, how difficult it is, you got to get rid of the ball quickly, but someone should be open hypothetically, right?
No, they match up on the perimeter. Every receiver is covered just man-to-man. So they have one safety back there playing deep. If we're in a one running back formation and there's 5 O-linemen, there's going to be 6 defenders right there to stop the run. All right, then there's 4 wideouts, and there's 4 DBs in coverage. There's one deep guy to kind of play center field a little bit. That guy made a couple big plays. Whenever we got open down the field, he was able to get a couple pass breakups on us. We weren't able to get the ball down the field very well. We were able to attack the middle a little bit. But just not consistently enough. And then again, if you only got one little thing that's working for you, Eventually, they made some adjustments, especially in the second half, kind of took that away and kind of left us handicapped.
So let's talk about some of the positives again. Like you have said, the defense had a really big night last night, especially after a couple of red zone stops in the first half, just limiting the Lions to really field goals. That's a good thing. It was in a good enough spot to have the lead in the half. How big has their consistency been keeping you guys in ball games this season?
Defense has been incredible, and led by Chris Hoad and Keegan Gray. It's been a phenomenal group. Love the fact that those guys got another year left. Got to get going, got to do more offensively, and let's go win one this week.
Thanks, Coach. Marshall took an in-depth look at the offense from yesterday's game to pick our Week 10 Falcon Offensive Player of the Week. Marshall.
That's right, Tatum, and to say this dude had a big week is an understatement, mainly for what he did off the field, but Christian Brown had quite the week on the field as well. Christian did what he did all season long, the wide out, scoring a touchdown as well as racking up 84 receiving yards and even threw for 27 yards. Not to mention one life-changing moment, but more on that later. Congrats to Christian, but make sure you stay with us when we come back. Tatum, Coach, and myself will break down a great Falcons second half, and I'll tell you who our defensive player of the week is. But don't touch that remote. Falcon Focus. We'll be right back.
We're back with more Falcon Focus with Jake Dayton and Marshall Kramsky.
Welcome back to Falcon Focus. We got plenty more Falcon content for you guys today, but we're going to start back up by talking about our second half.
Yeah, we've talked about this the whole show. You really can't ask for a better defense to do a better job. They let up just one touchdown, but the Lions controlled the ball for a majority of the half offensively. Why do you think you guys just could not get it going?
Again, offensively, they took away about the one thing that was working for us in the first half. We were a couple times just one defender away, similar to last week. Had a couple screen plays. We're very close to getting loose. You constantly say as a coach, there's one way to slow down a great pass rush, and that's the screen game. And that's been one thing that's been phenomenal for us every week, all year long, is our running back screens. And it wasn't. And, we were one guy away, shoestring type stuff. We just could never get rolling in the second half offensively.
So, speaking of clock control, like Hayden was asking, as a coach, maybe for some of the fans at home, can you kind of explain how important it is, to try and control the clock? Because they had a 10-minute advantage on you guys in this one. So what is so important about, having the ball for longer?
I don't think anything. I think it's the most irrelevant stat in football. There's a time at the end of the game, if you have a lead, that it's very important to milk that clock and control the ball. Last week we played Eastern New Mexico, triple option. They never lose time of possession. We won time of possession in that game and lost 20-something to 7. For us to have won time of possession against Eastern New Mexico is something that doesn't happen very often against triple option. It's irrelevant. Going back to whenever I was an offensive coordinator, if we scored 80 points in a game, if the average drive took 10 seconds,
take that.
Are we upset? And I did work for a guy that told me one time we were scoring too fast. But the point of it is the time of possession is really irrelevant at the end of the day.
That's such an interesting take. I really like that.
Things that make you go,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Well, what about Chris Hoad? Every week we are saying his name for one reason or another. How big was that forced fumble?
It was huge. And again, there was nothing our defense did last night that wasn't big and phenomenal and, inspiring.
Yes.
I loved watching every second of it.
It was fun.
The emotion that those guys played with was just tremendous, and they did a phenomenal job.
Where does that emotion kind of come from, especially on the defensive end? Because as everyone knows, defense is like the emotional side of the ball. Where's that coming from? Is that a coaching thing, or is that the guys just kind of stepping up?
I think it's the confidence that they have, the confidence that they play with. Chris and Keegan have been dominant players in this conference for the past couple of years, and everybody that kind of surrounds them feeds off of that. They've done a tremendous job of kind of being the catalyst of our team and our defense, and they did it again last night.
They're so much fun to watch. Before we take another break, Marshall, who do you have for our Week 10 Falcon Defensive Player of the Week?
That's right, Tatum. It's time for our Defensive Player of the Week, and this one is going to go to Marquis Allison. Allison found his way to the Lions' backfield often, recording 2 sacks along with another quarterback hit and 6 overall tackles. That's a wrap for our Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week, but don't go anywhere. Falcon Focus will be right back.
We're back with more Falcon Focus with Jake Dayton and Marshall Kramsky.
Every week, UT Permian Basin is putting the spotlight on an exceptional player of the Falcon football team. And the guy we're about to show you has been nothing short of the word stud for the Falcons this season.
Yep, we're introducing you to junior Chris Hoad. He had an impressive 2017 season. He recorded 122 total tackles and 3 forced fumbles, and he's on his way to beat that. Chris Hoad's passion for football started at a young age.
I always had dreams of playing college football, and now I'm getting to live those out.
His college aspirations became reality when he signed on with Coach Kerrigan to be on the first ever Falcon football team.
Felt like a good opportunity to come out here and start a new program. It's what you're going to build as a class and what the coaches want. And so it's unique coming in and getting to be part of that foundation and build it how we wanted to build it.
He and the class of 2016 set the standard that every player is held to today.
It's never wrong to do right. It's just all those little things that play into the bigger picture. We try to relay those standards to the younger guys and make sure that everyone that comes in understands what they are and how we operate here and how we take care of business.
For Hoad, if he wants to succeed on the field, that means holding himself accountable off the field.
Get under it and turn your hips like that. A swipe and pin. So everything from a warm-up to conditioning to reps in the weight room, not skipping reps, doing meetings right, being early, being tentative in the meetings, not back there sleeping or texting or something. We're focused, we're locked in, and making sure everything's going smoothly.
With the groundwork laid the past 2 seasons, the Falcon plan to work hard, play harder, with the goal of winning big.
It's been fun. We've put in a lot of hard work and think we're going to reap the benefits this year.
Awesome, Coach. So we talk about, Chris Hoad on the field all the time. Today we talked about the emotion of the defense. Specifically, what kind of guy is Chris in the locker room? Maybe the fans don't know. Is he one of the leaders, just one of the boys? What's he like when we're not watching?
He didn't say a whole lot.
Okay.
Keegan is more of the 2 guys. Keegan is the one that's a little bit more animated, a little bit more vocal. Chris is a great leader by example. Both those guys are inspirational in how they play, and I think everybody kind of feeds off of them.
Well, one thing that I notice with a lot of the defensive guys, even Keegan a little bit, in person they're just quiet. But then on the field you're like, is that the same person? they really know how to turn it on, and it's so fun to watch.
Ideally, that's all of them. We don't want any of them acting like a football player off the field.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but Keegan's got that chill Cali hair. Even though he's made up from California, he's got
And
that
the
nice.
stash.
Totally.
I'm down with
So
the
he looks
stash.
chill.
We're going to take a break. Falcon Focus will be right back. Let's go!
We're back with more Falcon Focus with Jake Dayton and Marshall Kramsky.
And welcome back yet again to Falcon Focus. It has been a historic weekend for the UT Permian Basin. They're celebrating 4.5 decades of service to West Texas.
It's been so fun. Our president, Dr. Sandra Woodley, took some time to talk about all of the special moments from the weekend and our big investiture ceremony happening tomorrow. Okay, Dr. Woodley, we are getting ready for a very exciting weekend of a lot of fun events. Let's start with Saturday. We're celebrating our 45th anniversary. What better way to do it than with the brunch here on the quad on our campus?
The weather is going to be beautiful. The quad is beautiful. We have a wonderful timeline that celebrates 45 years of history of this amazing university. And it's an opportunity this weekend for us to kick off the next 45. So we hope everyone will come out and enjoy pancakes and the ability to celebrate first-generation students And also multi-generational families who have been a part of UTBB over that 45 years. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's something for everyone out here. We hope everybody comes.
Yes, that's going to be a really special moment. And then the fun's going to continue over at Ratliff Stadium. We've got fun things planned for our tailgate. We've got free food, we've got some music, free t-shirts. The tailgates have been so much fun so far this season.
So much fun, and every week it grows and grows, and the support for the university and the football program and just the university is so fun. I mean, what's better than food? And the food, by the way, is fantastic.
Yes, Dr. Garcia knows how to put it on.
I mean, there's wonderful food and the music and the ability, again, to take this weekend as an opportunity to celebrate the university, that 45 years of history. There will be fireworks at halftime, so you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope the community comes out.
And all of this will culminate on Monday at the Wagner Noel for our first ever investiture ceremony. What is an investiture? How would you tell somebody at home what that is?
Well, it's a bit of an academic party. But that doesn't sound so fun. But it is fun, because I think what we have the ability to do is to, again, take this opportunity in an academic ceremony to launch the strategic plan for the next decade. And I think that's a really important time for the university to come together, culminate around this strategic plan that we have collectively developed, and really see the vision for the future of how this university can be such a great value in the community. And that's what it's really about. It's about the value that this university is now and has been over the past 45 years, but more importantly, what wonderful accomplishments this university will provide to this community over the next decade.
Absolutely. We are so excited. A lot of planning has gone into it. You know, we will be celebrating the past 45 years and looking forward to the next, just like you said. It will be on Monday, November 5th at the Wagner Noel starting at 2 p.m. And, you know, you get out into the community and people say all the time, there's something really exciting going on campus. And this would be a good time for people to come learn about us if they haven't.
Well, this is University on the Move, and we have a lot to do, and we've accomplished a lot already, but it's going to be really exciting to see what happens over the next decade. So please come and join us. We'd love to see you all there.
That's great for UTBB. I know here at CBS 7, we could not be happier for all the success the university has had over the years. And speaking of anniversaries, there was a special moment that happened during pregame senior festivities. Isn't that right, Tatum?
Yes, I was swooning and almost cried the whole entire time. So like you said, it was senior day, and before the game, the families of our Falcon seniors came to celebrate their favorite football players. But one family got a little bit bigger surprise. Wide receiver Christian Brown got on his knee. Look at her face right there. Wait for it. She didn't want to go over there. She was kind of in shock. We had to coax her. But Christian Brown on his knee with their son proposing to his girlfriend, Sheena, and guess what? She said yes, and just like that, Falcon football family gained yet another member. It's a very special moment. You
gotta love that, Tatum. And Coach, I'm assuming, you know, Christian came up to you to say, hey, is this cool with you? What was your reaction to all this?
I talked about it in the summertime. He came and said, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Is it something that I kind of get your blessing on? Obviously, I was on board, thought it was a great idea. I was honored that I got to be involved in it just a little bit. Phenomenal young man. He's a great father, and anxious to kind of see what life has in store for them. And glad she said yes for sure. So.
Well, fiance's got to love all that planning in the summertime. He just won some brownie points right there, I'm pretty sure.
Of course, he's been doing it for a while. I love that. We're going to take a short break, but stay with us a little bit longer. Falcon Focus is up next after this break.
We're back with more Falcon Focus with Jake Dayton and Marshall Kramsky.
Welcome back to Falcon Focus.
Before you go to sleep, because you have to give in to those Sunday scaries and the Sandman comes. All right, Coach, obviously in the game plan for next week ahead, it's still very early, but you're going into the last game of the season and you've had 10 games to see what your guys have to offer. What would, obviously a victory, but what would make this, the perfect ending to the season? What do you want to see from your guys?
A victory. I want to see the same energy and passion that we played with last night. And I told them after the game, if they'll match that, if they'll bring that one more time, we'll send the seniors out on a good note. We'll go get us another conference win, and it'll be an exciting night, and it'll springboard us into spring recruiting.
It's about that time of year.
Well, that is all the time that we have here on Falcon Focus.
So for Tatum, Coach, myself, Falcon up and have an awesome week.